Welcome to What If You Can with Nuray. What if you start your first solo campaign and hiking solo and find some of the hard questions while you are hiking camping multiple days by yourself, like getting the wisdom from the Mother Earth and the people that you meet along the way. I will share you my story that how I spent like around 2 months in Australia, New Zealand. I camped solo, hiked solo, and then what it taught me, how I became more confident, more brave, and then connected with more with like mother nature. So I would always hear from older people, especially, that they would always say home where the nature is. Anywhere you go, you can feel like home. And I didn't know meaning of that. And then when I was in Australia, I went to Tasmania, that beautiful island. I used the hostess sister Facebook group, and then also connected to my old friends that I met through different volunteer projects in the past. And those people I met, they were just so nice enough to give me their tent. They even helped me to have to like rent a car. And before that, I did hike a lot in California, but I never camped by myself. So I even like the last camping was 2016 summer. I went to music camp in Turkey with my friends, but I don't even remember how I did that tent. So it's been such a long time. And I went second camping with my mother-in-law, but she set the tent, so I just never knew how to set the tent. I just took the tent and then I drove to the forest in Australia, in Tasmania. When I was there, I didn't realize that there was no service. And then I had to figure out how to set up my tent. I didn't want to sleep in the car because I didn't have proper things to sleep in the car. And plus it was raining a lot. And then I wanted to experience my first camping experience. I'm the person that I actually scared of sleeping by myself. So I knew that it will be really hard for me, but I wanted to be out of my comfort zone. And because I love when it rains, it feels like a lullaby when it touches the tent, that tip tip noise. And then also like be in the nature, like hearing those birds, especially Australia has so many native birds. And then just it was just a different feeling. So I really wanted to experience that, even though I was super scared. Also, I didn't know what to expect it. I mean, thankfully, the first day camping, there were so many people around there, and I didn't feel that much alone. I put my tent near to one of the family, and then I couldn't figure out how to set up my tent. They helped me, actually. They had 15 years old son. He helped me how to set up the tent. He seemed like he enjoyed it because they had been camping for 3 days, so it sounded like for him it was a little project. So, and then at 3 a.m. I wanted to go bathroom, but there was something jumping around my tent. First I didn't understand. I was like, what is that? Apparently it was wallabies, small kangaroos I call them. They were just jumping around my tent. It was so scary for me. And then I was so scared I didn't go bathroom. And then I was trying to tell myself, it's okay, just fall asleep again. I was forcing myself to fall asleep. Eventually I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, it was next to the beach, the white sand. It was just beautiful. And then I did a big hike. So beautiful birds. And then for the second night, I drove to another national park, which was 4 hours away. That was actually also my first time driving I guess, the other side of the road. So it took me a while to get used to that, but I did so many. I just wanted to see the nature, connect with the nature. And then the second forest, I was able to figure out how to set the tent. It was more isolated place, like every camp was in a different section, and then there were bushes behind. You couldn't see the other camper. So there I was definitely super scared, and then I was like, I don't know, what will I do? Especially middle of the night at 3 a.m. again, like possum was making weird noises, like very scary noise. So I was like, oh no, I think it's a Tasmanian devil. I was making so many stories in my mind, like, oh, it's going to eat my tent, what am I doing here? And then I had like a peanut butter, just a kitchen knife, and then I hold that knife. I was like, oh, the worst case, like just telling my brain that the worst case I can use this knife. And then that knife on my hand, I just fell asleep. And then when I woke up again, there was a beautiful golden sand beach in front of me, and I just fell in love with that. It was just worth it. And of course, like the third night, I got used to it more, and the fourth night I got more comfortable, and then I also started to get more comfortable hiking by myself. And then actually in Tasmania I had to download the All Trails app because like I was almost getting lost in one of the rocky trail. Like those signs were really tiny, small on the rock, and it was like getting dark. It was hard for me to see it even though I had my glasses, and then it gets dark 9 p.m. in Tasmania. But I was like by 7:30 p.m. it was already like a little bit like hard to see it. I was almost getting lost. After like I was like, oh my gosh, I am going to end up fall asleep here, and tomorrow maybe someone else can find me. But thankfully I found people that they were crossing, so I followed their path. So I went there, and then I found my way to go down. After that, the first thing was I downloaded All Trails app. That helped me a lot for my next hikes. But during that time I also like just, it was kind of hard to meet people because I was camping in a like you know, different sections, and not so many people were there. I had so much time with just nature, and then I started just listen the wind, like looking at the ocean, and then like watching the birds also, like. And then I just had so many times to think about like what do I want to do, like especially for me it was like right after my graduation. So I wanted to find a job that I enjoy, and then I can bring my creativity. I can also, you know, improve my skills. So that actually that gave me so much time to like find myself as well. Like I realized that I can hike all day. Like I was not getting bored of hiking, or not even getting tired of hiking every day. I could just be in the nature all day. That's what I was enjoying. And then I also became super brave. Like after a while I was more brave to like even seeing like those Australian snakes. They are really dangerous and scary. After a while I just got used to them. Like I've just realized that wow, it's so nice to be around such a diverse living organisms. Like they were making me happy. Like I think I was just kind of like tired of seeing the screen all the time, like especially on my phone, social media. It's kind of like draining me. I think like hiking in Tasmania, Australia just like woke me up. It just kind of like balanced my energy. Like I was feeling more happier than before because I was in a balance. I was getting dopamine from something healthy, not from sugar or from social media that would just make me unhappy. It was just so different. And then I just felt more calmer than before. I used to get angry so easily, especially like arguments with my siblings. But then, like, that being around the nature, hiking almost every day, camping, it just, like, also, like, I don't know, it helped me to, like, just be more calm and then also learn how to solve more problem. I think that also helped me, like solving problem. Like you have to figure out so many things. Like the weather can change suddenly it can be really hot, but then it rain, and then it's just cold and it's windy, and then fog, suddenly you cannot find anything, yeah, your way. Or it's just like you have to navigate so many things. It's like our emotions, it's like upside down. Suddenly you're happy, unhappy, sad, or it just, it takes time to get used to that. I think it just, all of that, after all of them, I just realized that, wow, I think I can adapt to change. I can be flexible because, like, there's so many things out of my control. Like weather was out of my control. I was not controlling the weather, and I just realized I can adapt. Like for example, if it's raining, I had to change my hiking path. I would hike somewhere more safer, even though I really wanted to hike. Like there was one rocky place that in the rain is hard to hike because it gets so slippery, and I really wanted to hike there because I had a limited time, and then the view at the top was beautiful, but I just had to change to another hike, and then I decided to extend one more day, for example. Or some places, like I had to leave early because the weather was not getting better. It just, those things, it just helped me to always, find a solution to problem and then be okay with the solution and don't stuck on the things that out of my control. I think the biggest lesson from my solo camping and hiking taught me that flexibility is important. And then I learned that, like, right now, the job I am doing, actually, it just keep changing. Like right now, this is my fourth team since I joined in 7 months, and I just, instead of complaining, I have been just flexible and just being okay. It is what it is. Of course, I do feel the emotion. Oh, yeah, I wish. Oh, really? Does it have to be that way? But then I just move on. And yeah, and then also it made me to be a better person, because like when you're, like, especially camping alone, made me realize how important to have good people around me, because I realized that I don't like isolation. I don't like to be alone that much. It's nice to have a good community that you can just spend time sometimes, like share stories. It was just so nice too. When I back to San Francisco, I had friends, like, or my husband or my siblings or other family members. I can share my stories and then just do some activities with them as well. It's nice to experience both of them. I hope this will inspire you to, like, if you are feeling stuck, like feeling sad, just go solo hike or go solo camping to find, or do anything with the nature. It can be walk on the beach. That also a good way to just clear your mind. But if you can do that, and the New Zealand story camping will be in the next episode. Thank you for listening.